Hello everyone, and welcome to our update on February 4th, 2024. So just before we get started, just say thank you for breaking 300 subs. We're now at 303 subs as of about 7 p.m. on Sunday, February 4th. It's been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much everyone. So moving on to our UKV short range update, we can see that today was a cloudy day for many areas. However, there was some sunshine in parts of the south, and in those areas, temperatures did reach about 13 or 14 Celsius, so a very mild day again. Tonight, we will see in Scotland actually rain turning to snow over the high ground in the north, as we see some colder air there ahead of a warm front. For Ireland, we see some clear spells for parts of the south, but elsewhere it's an overcast night with patchy drizzle in the west. Tomorrow, Monday, we will see this cold front approaching the north coast. But for most areas, it's a day of mainly cloudy skies, some bright spells in the far east and southeast, with some patchy drizzle around as well. Tuesday, this cold front gradually edges southwards. Now behind that, some much colder air will follow. It becomes very slow moving through the Midlands and then eventually towards the south on Tuesday afternoon, possibly also with a squall feature there as well. It then clears through finally into the evening to leave a cold night on Tuesday night into Wednesday with a frost. Now, the rain does go to snow in Scotland, so it does show you that this is a cold air mass we're going into. Now bear in mind, this UK Met Run, this UKV, has this area of low pressure on Wednesday night trended southwards, so Thursday morning, the early hours in the morning start off with rain moving in to Munster. It moves northwards and turns to snow in some areas of West Leinster, North Munster, and South Connacht. Do notice though that there is some rain mixing in some blue shades as well. So it's me sort of a wintry mix where you've got a heavier bursts. You will see evaporative cooling. Basically, that means you've got the intensity of the rainfall dragging colder air from aloft, and that then enables the snow to melt at a lower altitude, and therefore it will reach the ground. So it'd be something like that. Very marginal snow event that will be. So moving on to Thursday, that area of rain, sleet, and snow does fizzle out over Ireland, though it does give more snow to the Pennines, for example, and into parts of North Wales and that sort of area. Into Friday, we see possibly some snowfall in parts of the South Midlands there of the UK. Now, bear in mind, obviously, as I said, this run does have the low further south than many charts have it. Moving on, we can see that Friday becomes cold and dry. So here is our temperature forecast from UKV. So again, today was a very mild day. Highs into the low teens in parts of the southeast. Tonight, we'll see a pocket of cooler air moving through. So the lowest temperatures are around 6 degrees up to about 10 degrees. Tomorrow again will be very mild. Highest temperatures of around 9 to 12 degrees. Then on Monday night, temperatures do drop down from north. That is as we see this cold front coming southwards. It'll be quite a sharp drop as well. And this is where we might see a squall feature forming along that sharp boundary. But even on Tuesday, highs in the south of like 10 to 13 degrees, while in the north, they're only around like 4 to 6 degrees. This cold air eventually pushes southwards, and we see a frost forming on Wednesday morning. Lowest temperatures in parts of the northeast, down to possibly locally around -4 degrees. Elsewhere between -3 and freezing, but temperatures will remain above freezing in the west. On Wednesday, we see a colder day, higher temperatures of 4 to 7 degrees. Frosty briefly for a time in Ulster, but widely lowest 3 a.m. you can see Ulster is around freezing, while other areas are between around around 2 and 4 degrees. But notice how this area in West Leinster, South Connacht, and North Munster goes colder by 6 a.m., even though you've got precip falling. That is because you've got the heavy rain dragging colder air from aloft and turning it to snow. So that is how evaporative cooling works, with heavy precip lowering temperatures. Actually, most areas there could see some snow if the precip were to last, but of course it actually dies off into the morning. And Thursday is a cold day, highest temperatures of around 2 in locality, so widely around 4 degrees. Of course, bear in mind that this UKB run has that low further south, that many charts have it. So most charts have the temperatures higher than that, especially in the south. And Friday morning is frosty in parts of North Connacht and Ulster. Highest on Friday, again, like Thursday, around 4 degrees only. Moving on then to our NAO next observed and forecasted. So we're currently around very slightly positive with the index, but it will keep dropping into the next few days, becoming slightly negative by around February 7th, 8th, before gradually sort of recovering into mid-February, but really around neutral. So here is the here's the GFS 12 set run. So here's the GFS. So again, very mild tomorrow with those long fetch southwesterly winds coming all the way from past the Azores or down here, off the chart pretty much. Moving on, Wednesday sees a colder day, after that cold front clears through. Then into Thursday, that low on the GFS, we'll see that now. Yes, it's a snow event possible there, wherever you are not in the yellow area where upper temperatures are below freezing. The upper temperatures have to be below freezing for snow to fall. So if you're in the south and east, that's not good, basically. Eventually that low, that's a problem. It gets stuck over us and doesn't want to move, because then there's no way of pulling in the colder air unless it moves away. Eventually it does into the start of next week, and it just goes colder and drier. Then we see high pressure building over us. That should be cold, dry, and frosty, but by day that should be quite nice in sunshine. If it were low, there we go. At the very end of the run, we will see intense blocking forming, and my goodness gracious, that is something. Now, we are seeing signals of an SSW in mid-February. We must do a strat watch tomorrow. Here it is, the ECM is still 6:55. You can only get it in 24-hour intervals, unfortunately, at this time. So ECM, Monday is very mild with long fetch southwesterly winds. Tuesday sees that cold front coming southwards. Wednesday we are all into colder air with that -5 ice storm southwards. Thursday, the ECM kind of like the UK Met run. That low is quite far south. Upper temperatures there. So anywhere that's not the far south could see snow on Thursday, if it's all correctly planned out. Into Friday, that low moves northwards, and unfortunately, it means that most areas, apart from Ulster, are above freezing with the upper temperatures. So therefore, there'll be no snow. And into the weekend, that low is stubborn to clear. But yeah, that probably wouldn't bring much winteriness. Either way, we go into Monday and Tuesday next week. It eventually clears, but I feel like these charts are just slowly but surely delaying the clearance of the low, and therefore delaying the arrival of any cold snap. Now, that's a big danger that might happen. That just keeps being delayed. Here is the UK Met run. Again, tomorrow we see these very long fetch southwesterly winds wafting up from beyond the Azores, if we believe that. Into Tuesday, like cold front comes southwards. Wednesday is colder. Now, this is the best run if you want snow for the southwards. Upper temperatures for Thursday at 6 a.m. Only the far southwest is below freezing. Sorry, above freezing. Everywhere else is below freezing. Now, if only that precip could sustain itself. Either way, we're all into this cold easterly airflow by Friday and Saturday, and it stays cold into the weekends. Here is the GEM. So GFS is sort of, it has the low a bit further northwards, I think. The ECM starts off with it quite far south, but ends up pushing it further northwards. The UK Met run starts off with it to our south and keeps it to our south. Now, the GEM, again, Monday is the same story, Tuesday same story, like cold front coming southwards. Could be a very wet day, actually. Wednesday goes colder. Thursday, 6 a.m. Thursday, upper temperatures here. Anywhere south of Wicklow to Galway could not see snow on the GEM on Thursday at 6 a.m. That low, upper temperatures by Friday at 6 a.m. Again, same areas not seeing snow at all. And that low eventually moves away and we go to colder air by next weekend. By Wednesday, February 14th, we have a high towards Scandinavia, trying to put in the easterly wind, but it's not really happening because we have too much energy to our west. Here is the icon run. Is the icon and the arpege then. I know you want to give me the as. There we go. So the as gone. So tomorrow's Monday. We have one last day of drab skies. Before on Tuesday we see that cold front coming through. Well, by drab, by the way, I mean low clouds, drizzly. That's what I mean by drab. If you're wondering, because Tuesday is grey, but not my definition of drab. Into Wednesday we go colder. Into Thursday and Friday, the icon has to low further northwards. So really, upper temperatures are mild everywhere. So there's no snow chance anywhere on Friday at midnight there. Eventually that low moves away, we go colder but drier into the weekend. Here is the arpege finally. The adds here, get rid of that. Hovers there, add, get rid of that. So into Monday, we see that long stretch southwesterly again. Into Tuesday, then comes the cold fronts from the north. Wednesday goes cold at upper temperatures, show that quite nicely. Into Thursday, we see that low coming in. The arpege is like the CM and the UK Met Office run. It has set this low a bit further southwards. So Thursday, 6 a.m. Anywhere south of Gorey towards Tullow, westwards towards Limerick. South of that line, rain only. And that line kind of stays in the same area until at least Friday at 6 a.m. So, let's put it this way. If you're in the far south, it's not looking likely. So obviously, the further north you are, the higher the chance. But I'd say the highest chance of anything wintry is likely to be in the North Midlands at this stage. Because if you're too far north, the precip might not get to you, but if you're too far south, although there's precip, it's not cold enough, so you need the cold and the moisture to get the winteriness. See what I mean? So I'd say the central and northern regions at this stage look best. A lot of, this low is crucial. It really is crucial at this stage as to where it will snow, where it will rain, and so on. So again, watch the space. I think by tomorrow, Tuesday, we should have a decent idea as to what will happen to this area of low pressure. Because at this stage of Sunday evening, it's happening in about 3.5 days. On Thursday morning, that's when all the chaos starts with potential snowfall. So it's gotta, at some point, tomorrow or Tuesday, it's gotta eventually sort itself out. So hopefully the end of the chaos is coming soon. I'll see you tomorrow, and bye for now.